She didn't flinch when the first insult landed. It came sharp and smug, spat through a crooked grin from a man twice her size. Hope she doesn't break a nail. His voice cut across the training yard like a slap. The others laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it was easy. Easy to mock the only woman in a squad of battle-scarred Marines. Easy to ignore the quiet steel in her eyes. But she didn't look at him. She stood there, still, silent, dust settling around. Her boots, hands clenched behind her back. Muscles tight, not with fear, but with memory. The kind of memory that hardens bone and thickens breath. Her uniform clung to her skin, drenched in sweat from the grueling drills. Her lip was cracked. Her ribs were bruised. And yet, she stood. She always stood. Recruits called her Feather. Not because she was light, but because they thought she'd fall easy. But they didn't know about the fire that lived in her lungs. The nights she slept on cold hospital floors waiting for news. Of a brother who never came home. The years she spent watching her mother fold a flag tighter than any blanket. Her hands trembling, but her back straight. She didn't join to prove anything. She joined because some battles don't end at the funeral. She was on mile 12 of a 15-mile endurance run when it happened. The drill instructor barked for hand-to-hand sparring. 5 volunteers stepped forward, grinning like wolves circling prey. She didn't flinch then either. Just nodded once, low, calm, deadly. The kind of nod a storm gives before it breaks. No one stopped it. No one even blinked. The first Marine lunged. Fast, arrogant, predictable. She twisted under his arm, dropped low, and used his own momentum against him. He hit the ground face first, choking on dust. The others thought it was luck. They charged. The second fell harder. A clean strike to the solar plexus, sharp and surgical. The third got backhanded so hard his helmet flew off. The fourth tried to grab her and left with a dislocated shoulder. The fifth hesitated, but not for long, and that was his mistake. She didn't just take them down. She ended every doubt in that yard. By the time it was over, the silence was heavy. Not from shock, but from shame. The kind of silence that hangs when pride collapses under truth. No one laughed anymore. The smirks were gone. Only breathing remained. Shallow, stunned, and uncertain. She stood again. Dirt on her cheek. Blood on her knuckles. But her spine was straight. No one clapped. Not yet. Because no one knew how. She didn't ask for applause. She didn't need it. The general had been watching. Hidden behind mirrored glass in the command room, he'd seen every move. He stepped onto the yard, boots crunching gravel. The squad stiffened. He walked right past the men on the ground. Straight to her, her call sign. He said quietly, eyes never leaving hers, is Stormbreaker. Then he turned, voice raised now, and spoke not just to the squad, but to every soul within earshot. You don't earn strength by barking. You earn it by bleeding and standing back up. Remember what you saw here today. Respect isn't given to noise. It belongs to silence that never bends. That quote would echo for years in the base corridors. Carved into lockers. Etched into hearts. Respect isn't given to noise. It belongs to silence that never bends. The next morning, 5 Marines showed up early for drills. All 5 asked her, quietly, respectfully, to show them what she knew. She didn't gloat. She just nodded. She had nothing to prove. Only something to protect. The training yard changed that day. The laughter became sharper, not cruel, but earned. The silence between drills held more weight. And every time a new recruit scoffed at her size, they were handed gloves and a warning. By week's end, they stopped calling her Feather. They started calling her Ma'am. Some scars aren't visible. Some battles are fought without sound. And some heroes rise not to be seen, but to be respected. Where are you watching from? Drop a salute in the comments if you believe real strength doesn't shout, it shows. And if stories like this move you, subscribe. This is where silent heroes are finally heard.